Hi, welcome to our Android app development training program. We thank God that the day has come for us to start this tutorials. So, without wasting much time, let's all move to our Android program. So, I'm going to launch my program. I've already launched it on the system, so I'm just going to start with everything that we need to know to build our Notepad application. Now, in our basic lessons, we learn how to create uh, a project for your job. So, whilst we have already done that, we are going to move straight away. So, I have my XML code open for me. I have my Java code platform also open. So, all that I need is I have code section. I have my split both code and design aspect. I have my design buttons also over here, so whichever view that I want to use, I can use it. Now this is what you are going to do. I'm going to start everything fresh. So when you open it, you will have a text view in here. So all that you have to do is just clean the text view command. All that you need to do is just start inserting your code. So we are going to develop a Notepad application onto our smartphone. So this is where we start. We start with a list view. List view meaning whatever that you want to, whatever note that you type on your phone, will keep a copy or will save it in a list format, meaning gives you a list of notes that you've done on your computer or on your phone. So this is the setup that I'm going to do. Now sometimes if you want to be fast, all you have to do is just type the code in a certain notepad area. So if you want to be hurry in doing your web application, your app application, you need to type all the necessary code that you may need or search for the necessary code that you may need in it. Then later you copy and paste without wasting much more time. So this is another tip that I'll give it to you. You search for all the necessary codes that you may use in that certain program, or you even type it there. If you don't want it, you can also do it straight away, just like what I'm doing for you right now. So I'll move on with the lesson. So all that you have to do is just type your first letter, at least 3 or 4 letters, then the rest will be added for you. So these are the codes that I may need in constructing my Notepad application. So let's sit back and study this app. So I'm also going to choose a parent for this option. Now later on I'll give you explanations of all those commands that I just choose in these tutorials, because some may not understand all these codes, but he or she may enter them raw, just like what I'm also doing. You need to understand what you are doing. So I'll give you a tip on all those tips. Alright, so I think this is the first code that I may need for my test view. Now I'm going to put a comment on top of here. Comment letting people know the meaning or this command, what it does. So adding a list view. So this is a comment tags, comments, meaning whoever opened this application, he or she will understand that this list over here for list view, meaning you're going to list items just like how the code looks like. So in this format we call it a list view. So whatever that you type in your notes app, the notes that you just type will be in list format. So if you want to tap the previous note that you just did, you just have to tap on it, then the note will be open for you. So This is just a list view. Now let's move to the next one, which is a text view. I'm also going to add in a comment, adding a text view. So I've created a view for the list, and I'm also going to create a view for the text itself. So I will also do that. So I'm also going to start with a text view, bracket open, text, and go straight to text view. Double click on it, then it will open for me. So I'll choose let's say a view of the rate, let's say 0. Let's make it 0 for now. Later on you can insert your own settings for it. DP. We'll move to gravity. I want the text view to be at the center of the app or on the screen. I'll go in for text. I'll give it welcome. I'll go in for text size. Text size, I'm going to give it SP, which is the last one. I'm going to choose text color for it. The text color, I'm going to choose this, let's say a default. Let me choose this dynamic, yes, natural. Then I'll go in for the next one, which is the constraint both. So this one, I'm not going to type everything. I will just highlight this one and copy, come and paste it underneath of this command. Then I'll bring in my close tag. So if I bring this one, all that I have to do, I have to make some changes to a certain portion, because I don't need this portion. I have to make changes to it. So I will just use top instead of bottom. I will change it to top. So I'll change it to top. I'll choose the ID, and then ID what list. I want it to be under the list. I want it to be under the list view. So that is how I want it. So I want it to be on the list view. So constraints bottom dash top of list view. So this is what I want it to be. So I have my to end of parent, to start of parent, then top of parent. Now you can see that I have an error over here. So what does the error tells me? See that the ID of the list is not found. So meaning I have to insert in my ID. I forgot to add an ID to the list, so I have to bring in ID identification. So I'll bring my ID, then I'll insert this and bring in list view. That is all I need. So immediately I insert in the ID, you see that the command will be off. Then this point to have to also bring in ID too. So this ID will be a text word, text view. So that if I insert another code for that one, we will also get a different command for it. So this is what I want us to do for the start. So these are the code that you may need to construct your view, the welcome view. So if you can see, I have a certain design over here. Now this code that I just inserted over here are the things that you see over here. So you see, these are all the things. Now at the text view, I inserted in the welcome. So the welcome, the color isn't appearing, so I have to make changes to it. So this is what I want us to do. You just put your cursor on it and the system will tell you what to do. Now most of the comments or most of the things that you see on your your app building, some of the comments you need to rectify it, and something you need to ignore. If you ignore, when you run it, it will still run. So this code over here is the display at this point. So this side was the display. So this is my, you can see that if I click on it, it will just select the portion that I just worked on. If I select this one, you see that I selected the whole text view of it. Now if I come here, I've also selected a different portion. So this is what you may need. So, and they don't need the two over here. Now the welcome has not appeared yet, so I have to change this color. So I'm going to change this color to a different color. Let me choose purple this, then I will save it. So you see that immediately I did the changes, you see that the welcome color has appeared. So this is what we'll be learning throughout the whole 2 weeks, and the next week, which is the 3rd week, you are going to use it to develop your own notepad application for marking and stuff. See you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.